Yeah.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Domino. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my website is howtoentrepreneur.org, and my mission is to help you grow a business from idea to enterprise. So if you are someone you know wants to start or grow a business, definitely stop by howtoentrepreneur.org and check out the free resources I have there. I have courses and various things to help you start a business and grow it from idea to enterprise. So today, I'm really excited to have with me Mr. Gil Salamander from eClincher, and he has created a social media software that helps you to get your organic social media posts out to Facebook, Twitter, Google My Business, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and lots of different places so that you can get more customers to your business. So I wanted to have him come on because I know that many people who watch this channel are interested in starting a software as a service business or in getting more customers from social media. So I have a lot of questions for Gil here, and I really appreciate you coming on to answer questions about both topics. So first I want to start by having you introduce yourself and letting us know how long you've been in business.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here. So yeah, we incorporated eClincher in 2012, and it's been a long ride. We only came with a product, with a social media product platform, social media management platform in 2014. So it took a while to develop and build the software. But it's been definitely an interesting ride, kind of a growing, from a startup to, the bigger company, and now kind of serving tens of thousands of users around the world, which is very satisfying for us, and obviously getting feedback and connecting with people.
That's awesome. So how did you get started?
That's a good question. We actually, we actually started with from the analytics side of it. So we wanted to help people with their website when they build their website, and kind of measure the speed and the performance of the website, how fast it loads. Maybe some elements of the website were broken or images are not loaded. And so imagine if you have a business like an e-commerce or something like that, and you're trying to sell a product on
Right.
your site load in 10 seconds, 50% of those people that visit your site will just leave. They won't stay because it just take too long, or if something is not working right, they can purchase a product. So we wanted to solve that problem first, and we started with there, and we also added analytics, the website analytics, and social analytics, social media analytics. We built the product, and we connected with a lot of users. Basically, they told us that's a great problem to solve, but there's a bigger problem there, which is social media. How do I manage all my social accounts, all my profiles, my pages?
Right.
And it just takes so much time. How do I know what to post? How can I get the content? Do I need to write it myself? So all of these questions came, and we decided to pivot our company and focus more on social media. So we still kept the analytics of social media part of it, but we really focused on building more of a complete solution for the businesses to manage their entire presence in terms of social media and beyond, like channels like Google My Business or Yelp,
Right.
connecting Yelp to the account. So that was the pivot that we did back in 2013.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what type of background did you have that started you with analytics and software development and all that?
Yeah, before that, I did it's called NPI, New Product Introduction, and so I managed a group of people that were in charge of introducing new products.
Mm-hmm.
So products could be hardware products as well as software products. So I had a lot of experience with software as well, and I also had a very good friend of mine, which is today is my partner. He's the CTO of
Awesome.
eClincher. And his name is Tal Michaelovich. And so we kind of partnered and talked about different ideas. And social media was the top one that we want to kind of attack and and charge full force. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's very cool. I mean, so did you start that like while you were in school, or like at what point did you get into new product development and all that?
So yeah, no, it wasn't in school. It was after school. I was working for like big companies, enterprise companies, and it just rolled into engineering jobs, promoted to management jobs, managing engineers, and it was just kind of a natural growth into new products. I always had the entrepreneur of me kind of thinking of different ideas,
Hmm.
different options. I always knew that I'm going to do my own thing at some point. Um, Working for big companies, has some challenges, especially if you care about, the bottom line, what the company is doing, their products. It just was always hard for me to just do my job and
And leave the
ignore if the
rest.
product is really needed or if it is
Yes.
selling well and so I always had ideas how to make it better and I suggested those, and some companies um, they always listen but they not always follow the
Right.
ideas, of course, which is natural.
Right.
So that's another thing that kind of pushed me into, okay, I really should do, if I want to be happy, I should really do something by myself, or try to bring my ideas to reality.
Yeah. That's awesome. So did you ever doubt that, like, did you ever doubt yourself when you started getting into business, or did you start out in the job and kind of wing your way into business and already see that it would work, or how did you build the mindset and the mental toughness to start a business?
Yeah, I guess for me, from a very young age, I've done different things in terms of not exactly an entrepreneur, but as a teenager, I was working kind of extra hours, all the way from selling products or supermarket, and kind of try to take care of myself in terms of making money and have some allowance, to spend as a teenager. But it gave me a lot of confidence that I can do it. As you think about it, as a teenager, you're making good money and you can buy whatever you want. Not exactly, but but the things at that time. So yeah, I think it gave me a lot of confidence in myself, and I believed in myself that I can do whatever I put my mind into. Um,
Very
so
close.
yeah, not really a lot of doubts. The doubts came later once you start the business.
Okay.
Then of course you always have questions. Should we? It's not about doubt yourself. It's about doubting the product, or product fit to the market, um,
Okay.
or certain features. Is it needed? Is it doesn't? People will use it or not using it. This kind of questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so, have you ever been disappointed with growth in business? And have you had to like mentally recover yourself from something like that before?
Yeah, I think always, right? An entrepreneur,
Right.
entrepreneur in his soul, right? It's just in us. We always want more.
And you
I
want it
think
overnight, right?
you went overnight, and you would never really start a business if you wouldn't have that ambition, to grow and to be successful. I think that's a big drive that we have in us. So yeah, disappointed. Of course, it's not so much about disappointment. It's about what do I need to do to make it better, to
Yeah.
make it faster, in terms of
Yeah.
growth, in terms of company structure, and so on.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like a balance of ambition and contentment at the same time. How do you feel like you do that?
You just have to stay focused on the goal, and every day you come to work and look at the data and information you have in front of
Yeah.
you, and a lot of it is also connect with the end users, understand their needs,
Hmm.
um, and often just listen to them and get ideas and suggestions and then implement those.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding when a customer come up with the idea, and then a few weeks later it's live in your platform or your software.
Right.
and then they see it, and I'm like, wow, I was really able to influence. This is my idea. So it's a
Right.
great feeling, and also for us and for me, um, it's just a way of connecting with your
Yeah.
users.
I read a lot of reviews of eClincher, and that was one thing that a lot of the customers would say is that they're very agile or flexible. When you give input, then they're quick to make changes to the software to make improvements. So that's really good. I think it's difficult to do for a lot of companies. They get feedback from the end users, but they don't have that flexibility to pivot and to make the adjustments like you do.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's correct. That it's always a challenge as you grow as a company,
Hmm.
um, because you have more layers, more management, and people not necessarily going to continue to connect to that level,
Right.
that intensity with end users, and
Right.
therefore their product may get further away, to what they really need, or the ultimate
Right.
solution that they're looking for.
Right.
So it's always a challenge, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So, in terms of generating business ideas, you said you had quite a few ideas before eClincher. So you used the feedback that you got in order to direct your attention to this one. Did you always have the circle around you to support that idea, like your
Uh,
social circle, your friends, your family?
yeah, I mean, definitely friends and family. It's hard. I think it's really hard if you don't have. So if your dad or your mom or really good friends, they started a company and they were very successful. It's kind of like a mentor, right? Then it's a
Yeah.
lot easier. You go there and you get all the positive and encouragement and say, yeah, you can do it, and this is what you need to do, and even guidance. But when you don't have that, I don't, then it's a little bit harder to stay
Right.
motivated, and you have to look for information and find the right people, stay positive, stay on course.
Right.
In my case specifically, I had friends, that done businesses and so on. So for me,
Okay.
it was somewhat more natural. I knew it's possible, but it's not something I got from my own family.
Okay.
They're, my mother was independent, working with her own business, but not like a big business.
Yeah.
So
So was she kind of scared for you, or um
yeah, so the natural response from parents is, what are you doing? Are you crazy?
right,
You should go and find a
right.
job and get paid every month, and don't worry about it. But
Yeah,
it's hard for people to understand, why we would take such a big risk and
right.
sacrifice so much in terms of time, money, and everything, right?
Sometimes stability,
Right.
social circle, you sacrifice quite a bit to start a business.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's a lot of learning,
Mhm.
self-learning that you have to do.
Mhm.
So I think people that are kind of used to self-learn and not afraid of that, then they have a good chance of being successful. What I can say that it's never stops. You have to
I agree.
continuously learn, as the company grow, or as you progress with your business. You always have to continue to, uh, you know then when you have a startup, you focus on a product and you develop a product. Then you have to go to market, and often it's not the same skill set.
Right.
People are technical and they don't have the business skills or sales skills, and so they have to learn or find the right people to partner with them and help them,
Right.
which is another big thing.
That's really key is finding the right partners. Some people try to do it all alone. So did you partner early, or did you look for advisors and education and training and all that stuff really early in your journey?
Yeah, for sure. So I had a few mentors, people from the VC world, and people that kind of, reviewed, and done presentations, for investors. So it's really depends if you're looking for investors, if you're looking for, VC money, then there's a lot to learn there for sure. So
Yeah.
I highly recommend, if you can have someone to mentor you or even advise you, um, how to do it, what type of information, how to present. Not that it was really, being a manager in previous, my past in different companies, obviously I'm used to present very high levels to, very large companies, including CEOs and so on.
Right.
So there wasn't never a problem, but when you're talking about building a business and raising funds, that's a
It's
different
different,
challenge.
right?
So it's good to have a mentor and kind of listen to their advice.
Wow, that's really cool. Um, so, in terms of prioritization, did you have responsibilities and things you had to balance when you started your business, or did you kind of have the support so you had a open schedule and just the time to create eClincher? Did you have to have a job and all that stuff while you were building the business?
Yeah, so I think I was somewhat lucky. My wife, she had her own company and a small business, so she was able to provide during the beginning when we start the business.
Uh-huh.
Um, I think that was obviously very helpful. It's, having the stability, the financial
Right.
is very important. You don't want to put extra stress on yourself when you're trying to focus on something big.
Yeah.
Um, and as the business, as we develop the business and build a business and you start getting some revenue customers, then things change over time. And
Mm-hmm.
it obviously become easier because you see that this is possible. You see, people buying your product and so on. So it's very encouraging. And
That is
so
encouraging.
when you get to that point, it's a lot easier to continue. But then you
Yeah.
have a different set of challenges. How
Yeah.
do I grow that? How do I make it really big?
Right. Yeah. I think you you really related a lot. So how can eClincher help people who are starting a business or growing a business to manage their time better? Because some people want to use social media to get more potential customers. How can eClincher help them with that?
Yeah, it's a great question. So eClincher is basically an aggregation platform that allows you to aggregate and connect all your social accounts, including Google My Business, and then the social accounts, of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. All of those channels will allow the business owner, the business creator, is basically get the brand awareness. Because when you
Okay.
build a product, you want a lot of people as much as possible to know about your business, to know about this product that is available. And social media is an amazing way to do that, to create this brand awareness. In addition, over the last, I would say, 5 years, social media grew and changed over time. It
Mhm.
used to be mostly for marketing and brand awareness.
Mhm.
People posted or published, different content about the business in general, but mainly to get this brand awareness, let people know about their business. Now it's becoming more of a direct communication between consumers and businesses.
Yeah.
So, in other words, um,
Commenting and
commenting, direct
inboxes.
messages, followers,
Yeah.
reviews, all of those are super important for the
Right.
business. You cannot miss them, and our platform will take care of all of that and collect all the information from all the channels, and of course allow you to respond through one inbox, just like
Right.
email. Makes it really simple, making sure you're not missing anything, right?
Yeah, and like
Um,
the comments, you can respond to them, you can you can um, also you have the influencer function on there, and a lot of the people who watch my channel are into affiliate marketing. How does eClincher help with connecting with influencers?
Yeah, if I just want to finish my previous answer and then I'll go to the
Okay.
influencer. So basically, we build a platform that helps you to get the brand awareness by scheduling posts or scheduling
Hmm.
your content into all your profiles, your pages, to all your channels, including YouTube, so you can post and schedule videos. Of course, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on.
Hmm.
It's nice to see everything in a calendar schedule for the week or
Right.
for the month or for the year. Um, in addition to that, you can view those posts in live feeds. Instead of logging into each of those channels or accounts, you can view everything, your timeline in Facebook, you can view within eClincher. So you don't really have to go out and view those posts or change them and so on. In addition, we take care of the entire, all the communications, all the interactions, and the engagement is done from one inbox, which is really an amazing way to
Right.
make sure you don't miss anything, and
To save
you
time.
can really manage it and save a lot of time.
Right.
People save 18 to 25 hours a week. Really depends on your activity, and if you're active on social media, you can save a ton of time. We also have the analytics, which helps you get all the analytics from all your activities and efforts that you put into social media marketing, as well as advertising. So we allow Facebook Boost, and it's a great way to get more eyeballs and more people
I
seeing
didn't
your.
see that feature.
I know it's an amazing feature, and what's nice about it, you can boost it. So usually it's less expensive than a regular ad on Facebook, and you can also
Yeah.
see the spend on each post, how much you spend on that. So it's really nice, and again,
Right
you can
from
figure
eClincher? Right from
right from
inside?
eClincher. Yes, yeah, yeah, it's available there. Yeah, and then going back to your question, which is the influencers. So we built a special feature, which is influencers. Right now, it's based on Twitter. So we will, based on topic search or keyword search, you can find influencers and interact or follow them, and then send them a tweet. And then that conversation, once they reply back to you, will move into the inbox, so you can respond from there.
Very cool.
Yeah. So in addition to that, if your business is growing, and let's say you have other people working on social media, you can assign or have other team members working and have their own separate login to the platform, and they can use the platform as well and schedule posts and review content, and even curate content from different RSS feeds and different sources of articles from the web and social.
Another thing I really like about eClincher is how it's integrated with Canva. That makes it very easy to make nice designs inside eClincher. So that's something I really liked when you added that.
Yeah, and now it's available with Canva Pro. So if you have a Pro paid account, they added even more features, more really cool features. So you can use Canva to edit, and they give you all the templates and even
Yeah, I
images that you
use
can
that.
get for free, and of course to buy as well.
Hmm.
If you just want to edit, do a really quick and dirty edit, and you just load your image to your post and you want to post it, you can just click on edit on the picture itself, and it'll give you a way to crop it, to put a frame, to add stickers. So within a few seconds, you can kind of change the image and then save it, and it will be showing in a preview, and you can see that changes, and you can post it as well. Yeah.
Another thing, um, man, I just forgot my question.
That's
Okay, I
okay.
guess I'll come back to it. It'll come up later. So let me move on to my other question. So how much time do you think entrepreneurs should spend on getting potential customers to their business, and then using within that, how much time should they spend on social media?
So I think if we look at what's happening in the market in general, or
Hmm.
businesses in general, we used to have the 1-800 numbers, phone numbers to call, and
Right,
I know it's funny today to think about it,
right.
but there's still quite a few companies with numbers, and they're
Yeah.
expecting consumers to call them. But that's obviously changing. So what we're
Yes.
seeing is more and more social media becoming a main channel to communicate between consumer and businesses. We're
Yes.
also seeing live chat. So people put on a website live chat option,
Uh-huh.
and then they can directly ask a question through the live chat. But really, social media is taking kind of a major part of the daily operations, if you
It
will,
is.
and taking care of the communication between your leads and your customers to your own business. So when you ask me about time, I mean, it's kind of split into engagement with your leads and customers, and that obviously lead to a growth if you nurture and answer questions with leads. Potentially, they can obviously buy your product or your service.
Hmm.
Um, and then the other part is basically the marketing, right? You want to make the brand, work on the brand awareness and make your business known to as many people as possible.
Hmm.
You do that through content, publishing content.
Hmm.
We highly recommend people or businesses to stay active on their social accounts and post. I would say 70, definitely not more than 80%. I would recommend maybe even 60 to 70% of the time publish content in general, not something to self-promote their business. So you
Okay.
got to be careful with too much self-promoting, because then people will unfollow or mark you as a spam.
Yeah.
So with eClincher, of course, it helps you because it's super easy. You just schedule,
Oh, I remember
15
my
posts a
question.
day to all your channels, and then, your day is covered. And all you have to do is kind of wait for the engagement and wait for people to engage with you, and then respond to them and create that connection with your leads and your customers.
Yeah, I remember my question now. And so I've heard people say that the algorithms on each of the social media software is made so that you stay on their site. So, like, for example, Facebook, they want you to stay on their site. So, if you use a software like eClincher, is it still necessary to do manual things on the social media sites?
Not really. So we're an official partner with Facebook and Instagram and all those major social channels. And so with that, Facebook, uh, it's definitely not an easy thing to become a partner, like a marketing partner, an official partner of Facebook or any of the channels.
Uh-huh.
They want to make sure, Facebook want to make sure, and other channels as well, that there's a real value, added value to the end user in addition
Mm-hmm.
to Facebook. And obviously in our case, there is, because it's really a kind of a complete management platform that allows you to manage your entire presence. And Facebook knows it's just not just Facebook, it's also other channels.
Yeah.
And then the whole engagement with the inbox is something that is kind of new, and it works really nice. So
Mm-hmm.
Facebook really promote that, and they why they promote it is because they want partners like us to help as many businesses as possible to publish high quality content that can have other users stay engaged in their platform.
Okay, so
So
then it doesn't, because from what I was reading in different places, they say that your content is shown to less people when you use aggregators and things like that, but that's not true.
that's not true at all.
Okay,
So
cool.
Facebook, yeah, because Facebook goal is really, to have as many businesses as possible and people in general create really good content, so they can attract more audience, more people on their platform, and they can show ads and then monetize through ads.
Hmm.
But you really have to have engaging content. So a
Yeah.
business, if you're a small business or even a large business,
Hmm.
unless you have a dedicated person that does it all day long, it's very hard. But if you
Yeah.
use a platform like eClincher, it makes your life a lot easier,
Yeah.
because you can schedule your content throughout the week or the month, and therefore, you bring more engagement, more users to the platform, to Facebook.
Hmm.
And this is how we basically help Facebook. um, this is go to the extent just to show, how Facebook really appreciate this kind of partnership.
Hmm.
They send us like a gift and a special certificate. This is a big thing for them. We have a special team. We're
That's
talking about
very
Facebook, but
cool.
it's also true for other channels. So if we have a question, we have our own channel of support, and they will respond very quickly. So all of this really tells you that they really value this partnership,
Yeah,
and
that's
they're not
really, really
gonna
cool.
negatively impact by saying, okay, we're gonna cut your, if you use this platform after they investing in us in this partnership so much. Obviously, they're not going to cut exposure of organic posting and so on.
Right. So, is this the same for all of the platforms?
Yes, that's correct. I think the question, I know this question popped up on the internet here and there. Does Facebook really limit, in terms of API or in terms of publishing through
Right.
third-party platforms? But it's really only Facebook. With anyone else, it's really not a problem. Was never an issue. Um, and
But
like
I
I said, with
know,
Facebook, it's not really, their algorithm. It's just what the algorithm is really designed is how to optimize ads placement, right? If it's every 16 organic posts, every 13, so they keep playing with that in order to make sure they obviously maximize their profit and revenue, but also not affecting negatively impact the user by showing too many ads that maybe are not even relevant to
right.
him or her. So
Okay. And I know Pinterest had a similar issue where they had a software, it was an aggregator called Board Booster. and then Board Booster got shut down, and Tailwind is now like the Pinterest partner. A lot of people talk about how that one is like leading. Is that true, or is aggregators okay for Pinterest?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not aware of the specific case of Boat Booster, but I mean, we never had a problem with Pinterest. We were using their official API. This is a partnership. So
Awesome.
they want people, again, the same reason as Facebook. They want people to post engaging, high quality content so they can attract more users to spend more time on their platform. That's their goal. And so our partnerships like eClincher really helps them getting high quality content, more content to their platform, and then therefore more eyeballs, more people spending more time on Pinterest and so on.
Yeah, and I know like LinkedIn and Facebook and Pinterest have groups. Is it ways like collaboration opportunities within eClincher where people can create those groups of niches within their niche?
So yeah, so in terms, they cannot really create a group from eClincher itself, but once they create a group within the social network, we support Facebook, LinkedIn. So in terms of groups, you can schedule a post, schedule a content from eClincher, and you publish. And you can also receive comments and company comments, as well as the personal profile comments if it's LinkedIn, straight to the inbox, and then you can respond to those from the inbox.
That's very cool. So I think you answered the questions that I've had about social media. But my final question is, do you think that social media is falling more in line with lead generation, or do you think it's more for conversion? Because you mentioned how people are using it instead of an 800 number nowadays. Do you think that people should think of it more for converting their customers or to attract new ones, or is it like a mix?
I think it's really a mix. I think instead of thinking of social media, it's just like instead of using a phone, or instead of using email, or any type of communication, direct communication between the consumer and the business. Now the consumer has more power, right? Because they can just write, for example, United Airlines, if you have a problem with your ticket, you can tweet about it and say, I have a problem. And within a minute or two, United Airlines is going to respond to you on Twitter platform and take care of your problem. So it's really becoming the main communication channel between consumers and businesses. And then when you think about that, then you can do marketing, you can do brand awareness, you can communicate, you can nurture leads. You can create that connection and maintain it over time. So whenever there's a need for the product or the service that you're selling, they will think about, because they know your brand, they know your product. They already read a lot of good content from you. They're becoming more of a loyal potential lead that naturally will choose to buy from you.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of both, essentially.
And I guess I said that was the final question, but I do have one more.
That's all right. It's okay.
A lot of people still use Skype and WhatsApp, and so I was interested in how the international communication through social media can be different, or why do they still go to those type of software instead of social media? What do you think?
So first of all, WhatsApp, it's part of Facebook, and I also coming out with an API. So eventually, yes, we want to add it to our platform and communicate.
Whoa!
From
I didn't know about
eClincher.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, we're actually waiting for an update from WhatsApp or from Facebook about that. But definitely, we want to integrate WhatsApp. Skype, I'm not sure about Skype. Skype is still did not penetrate as much in terms of consumer business relationship.
Yeah.
But I think WhatsApp is definitely a vision or a goal that Facebook would like to have.
Facebook isn't everything.
Yes, definitely they're going into business and relationship, between the business and the consumer, and try to help there.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they need to diversify, right, in terms of monetization. In addition to ads, they need to have some products, and so I think that's what they're going after. Yeah.
Wow. So, like, will we be posting onto WhatsApp just like Facebook or something like that? Is that where that's going?
That's the idea. Yeah. I mean, it's hard
Wow.
to say if it's content, but definitely the communication. Um, if you want to reach out to a business, you can do that through WhatsApp, and why not? Right?
Very
We
cool.
have so many 1 point something billion people, right, users of WhatsApp. So there's a lot of people there.
Wow. Well, I really, really appreciate you answering all of these questions and sharing your background with eClincher. It was really cool. You answered a lot of questions I had, and I didn't realize your background and your experiences and all that stuff, but I really appreciate you sharing all that.
Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure, to be here and answer the questions. And you had really good questions, and it was a pleasure.
Thank you. So, if people want to learn more about social media and get the support from you and your team, where can they go?
So yeah, so please go to eClincher.com. So the spelling is ECLINCHER.com. We invite everyone. We believe in transparency. That's part of our missions in the company. So we provide free trial, and it's really free. You don't have to put any, credit card information, and you have 14 days. You try it out. We also provide 24/7 support. Any questions, especially if you're just starting with social, we're happy to answer. If you need it, and we need to go on a screen share or beyond just a typical live chat, we can do that as well. Yeah, so I really encourage you to start a trial and see if it works for your business, and start, getting your first few posts into social from one platform. I believe once you start using a platform like ours, it's just really hard to go back
Yeah, it
and
is.
log into each of the channels and
It
post,
is.
and then remember which one you posted already. And then if you
Yeah,
have engagement and people asking a question or sending you a message, it's just really hard to keep up with all of that. So
I
with
agree.
eClincher, it's really nice to have all those options within one platform.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, thank you. And so if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, where I do product and service reviews, as well as interviews and growth strategies to help you grow your business from idea to full-time income and from full-time income to enterprise, then definitely subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon so you can be notified of upcoming videos. That's all I have for this video, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.